I went from 0 to 1.8 million subscribers in just 2 years, and if you're just starting out on YouTube, these are the 14 things you need to know to get there too. I'm Joey Venema, also known as Vanitas on social media, and I make satisfying smoothie videos that have racked up over 2 billion views on YouTube. I work with brands like the Lego Group, Microsoft and Google, and these are my lessons. Lesson number 1 is be wildly passionate. If you don't love the videos you're making, you're gonna quit when things get rough. For me, for example, last year I was on top of the world. Some months I grew with over 200,000 subscribers at hundreds of millions of views every month, which was a crazy period to experience. But other months my views completely plummeted, I was not growing anymore, and then you have to go back to the drawing board. And if you then don't love your videos, you're not passionate about them, that's when you're gonna quit. For me, for example, I have loved making smoothies and smoothie bowls all my life. It's something I'm super passionate about. I don't care if 0 people watch it or 100 million, I'll always be making these videos, and that's crucial if you want to make it on YouTube. Lesson number 2 is stay consistent. A lot of people can make a YouTube video. A lot of people can make YouTube videos for a year, but 99% of people can't make YouTube videos for 5 years without anyone watching. And that's the only thing that differentiates people that make it from people that fail. Lesson number 3 is be slightly unique. If you're going to copy Mr. Beast, for example, you might get 0.001% of his audience, but if you're making unique videos, there's no limit to how far you can grow. That's what I did when I was starting out as well. There was a lot of smoothie videos doing really well on Instagram at that time, and those people are making normal recipe videos. Just smoothies that looked really colorful. They had a really nice Vitamix blender that looked satisfying, but it was still a recipe video, so it was kind of boring. Then I actually added the food coloring that you see in my videos to the smoothie in the blending process. So after blending the smoothie itself, and that looked really satisfying. So it was slightly unique. It was kind of based on winning formats, but because it was unique, there was no ceiling to how far I could grow. There was no one else doing it, and that's why I reached billions of people. Lesson number 4 is build a community from day one. When I finally found my winning format, I had millions and millions of views. But I was making faceless videos, so no voiceovers, my face wasn't in there. And when people got bored of my format, they got bored of the smoothie videos, they had seen them a lot already on social media, all you have left in that case is the relationship with your audience. And I didn't have any because they didn't know me as a person. So if you're starting out, make sure you build a community, you show yourself, you use a voiceover from day one. Because this is called social media for a reason. In your YouTube Studio app, there's a tab where you can see the viewers that return to your channel. That's a metric that's really important to keep an eye on. Lesson number 5 is views are a vanity metric. Views don't mean anything. Okay, someone watched your faceless video for 17 seconds. It doesn't provide any value to them. They will not remember it the next day. So you're not really doing anything. All I focus on now is how much time I've spent with my audience. And if that's a 17-second faceless video, that's basically 0. So you're not really building anything. The more time you spend with your audience, the more fans you're building. That's why the most trending creators right now are live creators like Kai Cenat and Speed. So make sure you make long form videos that go live as much as possible. And that leads to my next point. Lesson number 6 is don't rely on just short form content. It's definitely a nice way to get started. It works well for brand deals. It's an amazing way to grow your subscriber count, which is also great for brand deals. But it's difficult to be a full-time creator if you're just doing short form. My most viewed short has over 200 million views, and it made me $7,000. And I realize that's a lot of money, but that's essentially what you need on a monthly basis in terms of revenue if you want to do this sustainable as a business. And getting 200 million views every month is not really realistic. Because that means you would have to go viral basically every video. Don't build your business on virality. That's not going to be sustainable long term. Lesson number 7 is live stream more. Just because it's so important, I'm just going to mention it again. Live streaming is the best way to build a relationship with your audience. But you have to be strategic about it as well. Sometimes I see creators that make cooking videos, for example, and then they go live and they're just sitting in front of the camera answering some questions. That's not engaging. You have to really look at it as a format. So when you're doing cooking videos and you're going live, you're making cooking videos live. Make sure it's something that people actually subscribe for. Which also is part of my next lesson, which is lesson number 8, and that's double down on what works. If you find a winning format, stick to it. A lot of short form creators make the mistake of going viral with one piece of content and then making long form videos that have completely different subjects. You have to give subscribers what they signed up for. Nobody cares about your vlog if they subscribe for you for Minecraft videos. I made the same mistake. I went viral with satisfying smoothie videos, but then started uploading smoothie recipes. But people only watched my videos because they thought it was satisfying. Some didn't even know it was a smoothie. So I have to give them kind of that ASMR vibe that they're looking for. That's what they subscribe for. So whether it's short form, live or long form, my subscribers always get the same thing. Lesson number 9 is don't isolate yourself. The great thing about YouTube full-time is you don't have a boss, you don't have to go to an office, but that's what people do crave. That's what I've learned, at least after doing this for 8 years, is that working from home 7 days a week is not going to make you happy. Go to an office, go to a co-working space, meet up with other YouTubers, make sure you get out there. I actually just made a Discord server where me and a bunch of other YouTubers are helping each other grow. We're giving feedback on each other's titles and thumbnails, and it's just really nice to connect with our colleagues. You can join using the link in the description. Lesson number 10 is focus on packaging. The most important indicator for the success of a long-form YouTube video is the packaging of the video, so the title and the thumbnail. Whenever you're uploading a new video, before you're recording it, make sure you think of the title and the thumbnail first, and also the intro. It doesn't matter how amazing your video is if no one is clicking on it. Write a title with 50 characters at most, and your thumbnail only have 3 elements at most, and make sure you use a lot of contrast in your thumbnails as well. It doesn't have to be the most beautifully designed image. Quite basic thumbnails actually work quite well. Every time that I really focus on a title and thumbnail, I really saw a huge increase in performance. This isn't sponsored, but I use Spotter Studio to help me with titles, thumbnails and hooks. So I definitely recommend checking it out. The link is also in the description. Lesson number 11 is go to events in real life. Throughout the year, I go to as many creator economy events as humanly possible. I personally live in the Netherlands, but I just fly all the way to the US to go to these events. Next month I'm going to VidSummit, for example. And last year I went to VidSummit for the first time and honestly had the best week of my life. Before that event, I didn't know any creators, and after that event, I now know tens of creators that I talk to on a daily basis, and that just made my life so much better. Lesson number 12 is reach out to brands yourself. Like I said, I've worked with brands like Microsoft, Google, and the Lego Group, and sometimes these type of brands just reach out to you, but you can't rely on that. You're building a business and you have to take control of your own business as well. So it's great if you get outreach from brands, but also make sure to reach out to brands yourself. The mistake that most creators make is that all they do is talk about themselves. So I'm Vanitas, I have so many views, these are the videos that I make, but you have to really talk about how you can really add value to the brands. So for example, you could say, okay, last year I saw that you did a National Smoothie Day campaign. This year I have this and this idea to make that campaign even better. I can make these type of videos, make it really specific to this brand instead of general outreach. It's better to only send like 1 or 2 a day than tens of emails a day that are just super generic. Lesson number 13 is study outliers. Find videos that have overperformed on someone else's channel, ideally quite small channels, because that's data-backed proof of a winning concept. Adapt that to your niche and don't copy. Lesson number 14 is be patient. Some of my biggest videos flopped for 2 years and then suddenly started going viral. You have to view YouTube videos as digital real estate. They can take off and provide value for your channel at any time, and for a longer period of time as well. These were my 14 lessons to grow your YouTube channel. If you want to grow to 1.8 million subscribers as well, make sure to subscribe to my channel and I'll help you.